magical Monday, and what an intense week we just completed. And I have some really good news. The week coming is a bit of a sigh of relief as we move past the eclipse and into, we're just feeling some like basic letting down, recalibrating, regrouping energy this week. We've got a lot in the heavens right now, but it is so much calmer. Literally last Friday had, all of this like triple deep power energy with the full moon and the eclipse and astrological Beltane and all of those things happening on 555. We come into a week that's relatively peaceful. And I know we can all take a sigh of relief for that. So just take a couple of deep breaths, and you may still be feeling a bit of an energy hangover. That's extremely normal. It's I definitely have been needing to take that slow down and breathe, and I've been very like sleepy and nappy, and I've had a lot of people give me different feedback on they either can't sleep or they're needing to sleep a lot. And I'm kind of in that really interesting in-between place where I'll sleep one night, like almost like could not stay awake, and then the next time I can't sleep at all. So I keep swinging back between these two states of being. And yet there's a creative energy in it all right now. There's definitely, because of the recalibration that's happening, our minds are giving us ideas. So right now, if there's an inspired idea that comes through, it's a really good time to act on it, and it's also a really good time to like mull it over. Both think deep about it and like set up a plan for taking some action. So you can take the action now, or you can still be in the reflective mode. It's kind of okay. Sometimes I'm like, you must take aligned action on it right now. I'm in that place of it's okay to like be thinking about things this week. You still have Mercury retrograde for one more week. And of course, you'll still have the shadow of that for 2 more weeks. And on top of that, we have the disseminating moon. So the moon was full on Friday of last week, really powerful, intense. And you won't have a new moon again for like another 12 or so days. So you're in this place where, okay, there's a lot of energy come in. This is where your body recalibrates. This is where your brain recalibrates. This is where your frequency and vibration calibrate. And I think that might have to even be the word for the week, is recalibrate. Kind of like when you have the GPS and you decided, oh no, I want to go somewhere else, and then you turn and it's going to say recalibrating. So it doesn't mean you're not on path or on track. It just means that there might be a slight lag time for action. And this is because we're having this creative brain energy. It's actually really good. If there's ideas coming in, inspired, creative, mental action right now, that's perfect. One thing I'd say is write them down. Make time to journal. Make time to meditate. This is an incredible time for meditative dream work, where you're leaning into, well, what would it be like? What do I want? What is possible? This is definitely that powerful springing of that energy into action. So one of the things that I would say is journaling, daydreaming, letting all of those things run wild in your mind, and think of it as inspiration. What is inspiring you? What is letting you, what is coming through? This is the the creative life force energy and your own higher self bringing these things to your forefront, bringing them to your frontal lobe. It's beautiful time actually. But if you're feeling a little energy hangover, you're feeling a full moon hangover, you're feeling an eclipse hangover, and you're like just wanting to rest, let your body rest. Let your body do what it does best in the dark moon. Do what it does best in a retrograde time frame, and that's rest. We have Pluto in retrograde now. That's going to last all the way to October. So with that retrograde for the summer, what we're doing is we're going to want to allow our dream work to be inspirational, because there's going to be a recalibrating of the dreams. And by dreams, I'm going to say both the dreaming and your bigger life actionable dreams. So like dream time and your big actual dreams of what you're creating. So that's going to be a bigger theme over the summer. But the good news is we sort of are out of the eclipse cycle, the intensity. Now, to me, it will still go on for this next 2 weeks until the new moon. This will be that place where you're still seeing the effects of an eclipse. You'll see them for the first 3 days, which the good news is we're now out of that intensity of the 3 days after the eclipse. But then you're going to see it for 30 days. So that's going to be till June 5th. You're going to see another like check-in point being 90 days out. So like in that like August 8/8 portal area, you're going to sort of see what you've been thinking about for 90 days hit. And then you'll see it again in the 6-month period of time when we revisit the Scorpio lunar eclipse with a Scorpio new moon eclipse. So it's a series of energies. But right now we're out of the intensity and we're in recalibrate, restore, renew, and create. This is where we start thinking about the action steps. This is where we start planning our summer energetically. We're still in high growth season. So to me, there's still a lot of time and energy for action steps, getting going with things, the energy of being and doing, who you plan on being, how you plan on seeing it. And I leaned into the astrology of the summer. So of course, what I'm going to be working on is my root chakra. And so I've got a program if you want to be with me as I really lean into root chakra work and Kundalini rising work. It's called the Red Rose Gate, and it doesn't start till June, so you have a little bit of time. It's going to be on Monday nights at 7:00 Eastern Standard Time, and it's of course going to be recorded. So I invite you, if that is something you're like deeply interested in, this is something you can do even at home right now. There's this place in the tailbone, and you're probably going to feel it. You have these like 2 little dimples right at the back of your spinal column, like dimples in your butt. And this is where a lot of people feel tightness in their back. This is where people feel tightness and constriction all the way into the base of your spine, this whole area, which then spreads out into your hips and even can include your legs and feet and your lower back. It's going to do your front. This whole root chakra energy holds a lot of energy. And the modern American does not actually have the energy flowing through this. This is where we hold energy that is our sacred sexuality. This is where we hold our energy that is our finances. This is where we hold energy that's our home. And of course, with the sun still being in Taurus, and it's Taurus season, but Mercury retrograde in Taurus, we're reviewing our relationships, our romantic relationships. We're reviewing our relationships with our money. We're reviewing our relationships with our childhood, our foundation, our security. So I'll dive into some of those concepts in the Red Rose program starting in June. But if you do want to get some deep inner work on them, I'd love to extend the offer to work with me one-on-one. Right now, I'm really passionate about the work that I am getting and the results I'm getting. Just literally these massive ahas with my clients and my students. I'm just gonna say this. I try not to be too tooting my own horn, I suppose, but I am really feeling extremely confident, and is that I can help people if you are feeling insecure with the way your body looks, if you're not feeling comfortable with your body, if you're feeling out of alignment in your body. The work I've been doing with the body and untrapping locked energy, the clients that I've been working with in the last month or two, it's like never before. And I think it's because of the astrology, but I'll also say I really feel like I'm on, and the processes I take people through, the bridge I take people through is a powerful, some powerful deep healing work, inner work, all the way back to a soul level. Something that came up that I really feel that I wanted to share with you today is, remember, and maybe you don't even know, that there is energy that lives right here in our root chakra that is actually moves with you from lifetime to lifetime. Your root chakra, there's energy here in your root chakra that is the reason why in the tarot deck they call it the chariot. There's a energy like a Merkaba that lives in the base of your spine, and this energy travels with you from lifetime to lifetime. It also lays dormant when you're in your stuff. It doesn't move, it gets stuck. And so that's why we call it Kundalini rising. When we heal what's in that root chakra, when we move the energy that is trapped energy in the legs, the hips, the spinal column, anywhere that's in that base chakra, and basically I'm going to say anything that is from the belly button down, because then it'll still include the sacral chakra. You're going to see a change in your money. You're going to see a change in your relationships. You're going to see a change in the way your body moves and feels, and therefore all of those other things external, like money and relationships that come from outside of you. When you change what's inside of you, it's going to open everything up. So whether you work with me or whether you just literally go in and start working with the concepts of the root chakra and the sacral, I'm telling you right now, that is what is on the table for healing in this energy. That's very Taurian energy, right? And we have Taurus in season for another couple of weeks, not until like the 20th. So you have a little bit of time to delve into your love, your money, and your body. This also covers your home and your security. So when we feel safe, and there's a lot of trauma that could make someone not feel safe. There's so many things you can release here. And so if you want to do what I call safety work, where do you not feel like you're safe? And that's could be in your body. It could be that you're not safe to express your sexuality. It could be that you don't feel safe to rest. Like, we are taught as an American, modern American, that doing and working hard is everything. So right now we're being asked to rest our bodies. And it seems a little bit selfish, or it seems like there's a lot of people who have guilt for taking a day off, or resting, or taking a nap in the middle of the day. And as my good friend Jade says, napitate. Sometimes there's a need to actually take a nap, meditate, restore. That's going to bring your body back to its youth and vitality, back to its ability to take an action. So this is all happening right now. So I want you to lean into, what does your body actually require? And another thing that hit me this morning that I really wanted to share with everybody is the need to hydrate. I've been waking up in the morning super thirsty, and that's a good thing. You really want to drink like 12 ounces of water before you drink that coffee. So yes, I'm not saying don't drink your caffeine. I love me some Starbucks. But try to see if your energy hangover can't be healed first with water. Our bodies are getting dehydrated. And with these astrological alignments, it actually will be replenishing to drink enough water, to drink past when you think you should. And I know it's going to sound really kind of off because now I'm talking about health stuff, but if you are craving sweets, you might actually be dehydrated. If you are getting a little bit of headache, you might actually be dehydrated. If you are not going to the bathroom essentially once an hour, you're possibly dehydrated. And you want to get your water in approximately 8 ounces an hour for the first 10 hours of your day. Like, if you can do that, just like a cup of water an hour for the first 10 hours of your day, you're going to see resilience in your skin. You're going to see your body move. You're going to see your joints get lubricated. So I just felt like that was a really important message that just dropped in. So our bodies are water. So if you feel dryness in your skin, or you feel like your body is tense, drink some more clean, clear water. And don't get me off on a tangent, which I guess I am on, but if you can get non-calcified water, essentially water without fluoride, it will help your pineal gland, which is another place where you have eternal molecules that travel lifetime to lifetime. Your pineal gland is really a much more powerful tool for your body. And so to activate it and to stay activated, you want it to be uncalcified. So fluorinated water, heavy metals in your water. So clean, pure water is going to bring you to that next evolutional step. And that's what's kind of being asked. If you're watching this, you are probably some form of starseed, coach, healer, power person, and we're waking up. We're going into the next part of the new world. We're going into the next step up of the age of Aquarius. We're going into the next phase of your life, where if you are feeling a call, and I am 99% sure if you're watching this, you are ready to take the next spiritual step. And what's really interesting is that is usually an embodiment step. So we spend all of our spiritual time up here, third eye, crown and above. This is where you actually are bringing your spirituality into your body, into embodiment. You're a human having a spiritual experience. You are needing, however, to want to live your life magically and fully. This is where it's no longer going to serve you to be living a half life. And if there is an area where you still feel blocked, or you feel stuck, or you feel like you're living a half life, your soul is going to be crying out for a change right now. And if you're like feeling it and you know what I'm talking about, put an emoji in there. Say, I feel this. I feel like I'm ready for this like next evolution of my soul. And that is what's happening astrologically. And it is simple, but not necessarily easy to recognize what that step is. And it is asking us to overcome right now, most of us, that one thing that we have always known we wanted to do, or that one thing we've always wanted to manifest or do or be or have. And it's sort of my secret sauce to help people overcome that fear or stuck energy, or that like energy, which we'll call the undercurrent of why they're not manifesting it. So right now there's this energy of wanting to push past resistance. So astrologically, you're feeling the resistance, but on a soul level, you're being asked to push past the resistance. I had a proud coach moment yesterday where literally, maybe it was Saturday, I was in the middle of a class, and one of my students, and you know who you are because you're probably watching, literally stepped up, did her own healing, and said things I would have said, grabbed the broom off her wall, sat the broom in front of her on the floor, which we call a broom moment in my world, and she crossed the line. And the way I see a broom moment is once you make the decision, once you choose a new path and take the aligned action and make the decision, the universe is going to start aligning to that new higher frequency version of you. And so what is it you are ready to take and overcome? What is it you are ready to realign with and recalibrate with? And how do you take that step? So close your eyes for this moment. We're going to do a tiny little process, a very small version of what I would do in a bigger program. And I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to see yourself on the other side. If I were the gate, if I were the person standing in front of a portal, or standing in front of a doorway, or holding the broom on the ground, I would say to you, I'm the guardian at the gate, or I'm the person that's going to help you overcome this thing. And I'm going to ask you, what do you have to lay down? What do you have to give up? What do you have to not believe? And are you ready to sacredly commit to the version of you that's going to show up for yourself? What is your sacred commitment? What do you have to let go of? And what do you have to commit to be this next level version of you? So with your eyes closed, take a couple of deep breaths. Answer that question in your mind. What am I letting go of the old identity? And what do I have to commit to? And am I ready to go through the doorway? Am I ready to step over the broom? Am I ready to go into this next level version of me? And if you are ready, I open the door. I open the door, and I want you to see yourself jumping the broom, crossing the doorway, going through the portal, and stepping into the energy of this version of you. And knowing that you know that you know that you know that this is already yours. It's your soul actually calling you. And when you're healed in your root chakra, and you're healed in your heart, and you're healed in your mind's eye, this is always possible. Now, if you feel like you've already done that, give yourself a big clap. Give yourself something that anchors this moment. Congratulate yourself. Be proud of yourself. And if you need help anchoring that in, or you want to just be more of this version of you, you want to let go of any deeper resistance, either send me a private message and we'll talk about how private coaching might be the next thing you need, or sign up for the Red Rose Gate if you're like, I really want to deeply embody myself. I invite you into one of those. And if you're wanting to work on this yourself, use these next couple of weeks until the new moon in Taurus. Go ahead and give yourself some love, some compassion, and some grace. And this would be the time to recalibrate, restore, renew, and realign and recommit. With all of that being said, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I'll see you next week, next Magical Monday. Don't forget to hit like or make a comment. That really helps me. Or subscribe to the YouTube channel. And I'll see you again next week. Remember to live magically.